Hello everyone and welcome to this session on the analysis of Oliveboard free mock for SBI PO prelims 2019. The English session is already done. I hope you have watched the analysis and have benefited. Here also the idea would be same. We'll take you through this mock. We'll tell you how you should have ideally gone about it in the examination. I'll just give you a one-line mantra about clearing or taking all these examinations. Very simple. Yeah. Idea is to maximize your scores. Though it sounds so simple, but during the application, we always miss the trick. Yeah. We fight with question. There is ego issues. So please leave all that. Just last 5-6 days left. Analyze some of the mistakes that you are doing. Don't repeat them. Revise all the things that you have already done. Just look at the way here we are approaching the questions, and then maybe try to apply it, and I hope it is going to be useful for you. Okay, so let's get started with the session right away. Given to us the ratio of the ages A, B, C, D and E are in the ratio 4:5:6:7:8. The sum of the ages of B, C, D, this 3, is 60 more than the sum of the ages of A and E. Yeah. So what is this? This is 18 units and this is what? 12 units. Right. So this is equal to 60. So 6 unit is basically 60, or each unit basically is 10. Yeah. Our work is done here. What is the ratio of their ages after 10 years? So that means here, if each of the unit was 10, so this was 40, after 10 years it will be what? 50, this will be 60, this will be 70, this will be 80, and this will be 90. Yeah, I'm just telling this to explain. I'm sure you'll not be writing this in your examination. You'll just mark this and move forward. Yeah, let's look at the next question. What is given to us? The vessel contains 20% concentrated solution of sulfuric acid. So that means what? There is 20% sulfuric acid in it. Yeah. So 20 parts of sulfuric acid and water will be how much? 80. Right? If 50 more sulfuric acid is added, then what do we get? The concentration becomes 36%. So this becomes 36 out of 100. That means the remaining water is 64. Right. So what do I add here is just this 50 ml of sulfuric acid. So essentially what I'm doing, I'm keeping this water constant. Let me just make the water constant. This is 64, this is 80. What do you need here? Just 0.8. Yeah, just multiply with 0.8. This will become 64, this will become 16. So essentially my original solution was 16 upon 64. Having added this 50 ml, now changes to 36. So 20 units of the change here in sulfuric acid corresponds to actual 50 ml. So each unit basically is how much? 50 upon 20. What did the question ask? What is the volume of sulfuric acid in original mixture? What was the original mixture? 16 upon 64. Right? So in 16 upon 64, how much was there? 16 unit of sulfuric acid was there. So let me just do this. How much am I getting? This 2 is 2 and this 2 8. This is 40 ml. Finish. Yeah, very simple question. Let us look at this question now. What we have to do here is compare two quantities. Find the value of quantities and mark the appropriate option as your answer. Though it says find the value, we'll see whether we really have to find the values every time. In a class of 600 students, 65% are boys. So 600 total. Boys are 65% and the girls are remaining 35%. Average weight of all the boys here given to me is 80 and girls here is 60. Right? Now, what is the average weight of the class? This is the first quantity. Now, if a boy of 85 kg and 55 kg girl is added in the class, then what will be the average weight of the class? Let's try to see if we can solve this question without calculating. What is this average? A girl of 55 and a boy of 85. What is the average which is getting added to the class here? Whatever that number x was, I'm adding, with n quantity, I'm adding 70 to the 140 and I'm increasing this n by 2. That is what I'm doing. Yeah. So if this number is below 70, yeah, whatever average we get, the added number to which will be 70 will increase the value. It's simple. Whatever the average here I'm adding, if my previous, the original average was greater than it, then I'll be basically reducing it. Yeah, had this original average be 71, I'm adding two more people with average of 70. I'm essentially reducing the new average. Had these average been less than 70, what will I do if I add a new number, the new average which I'm adding to the class? If it is more than the old number, I'm basically increasing it. Let's look at this number and see, do we really need to calculate to find whether the given number has the average greater than or less than 70 or equal to 70? Is that only thing that we need to find here? Let's look at this. Had these been, instead of 65-35, had they been 50-50, what would have been the average? Clearly, a mid value, if they were equal, the one is 80, one is 60, their average would have been 70. But clearly, the boys here who have more weight are more in numbers. Clearly, this average will be skewed to greater than 70. So whatever this number is, I do not know and I am not interested in calculating. This number is 70 plus, and this number which is getting added to is just 70. So now if I am adding this and calculating the new average, whatever that number was 70 plus will get dragged down. Yeah, it's as simple as that. So I do not have to calculate the exact value. Quantity 1 clearly is greater than quantity 2. Done. I hope you understood it. Let's move forward. Look at this question. The base of the triangle is given to me as 30 centimeter. Right? The height is given to me as 22. Now, other triangle having base of 40 and double the area than this. If this area here, which is half base into height, whatever this is x, this is 2x that is given to us, right? So we have to find the height, right? I hope at least triangle area all of you should know, which is this half base into height. If you know that, all you have to do is just write it down. Half your, say, 30 into 22 is equal to half 40 into h. But what is given? This new area, the new triangle, is twice the original given. That is all you have to equate. So this is gone. Yeah. So what do we have here is 22 and 2 is 44. If I just cut it by 4, this will become 11 into 3, 33. So this is my height. Height will become 33. My next quantity here is also 33. So clearly 1 and 2 are equal. Yeah, very simple calculation. Shouldn't take time. I hope you know at least these basic formulas. Okay, let's move to the next one. Two trains of length 250 meter and 230 meters are running towards each other, right, on parallel line at the rate of 66 and 78 kilometers respectively. How much time will it take to cross each other from the moment they meet? Yeah, so what will they do to cross? They will have to cover this total distance, which is equal to 480 meters. Together, what is the speed here? That the relative speed, if I look at it, their speeds will get added. How much am I getting here? 144. This is in kilometer per hour, so I'll have to convert it into meter per second, right? This is all I have to do. So 18 8s are, if I do 8 5s are 40, so that's 0 4 12 times. That is what will come, right? So 12 second will be my answer here. This is 15 seconds. Clearly 15 second is greater than 12 seconds. Let's move forward. Respective ratios of the present ages of Rupali and Manisha is 4:5 respectively, and the respective ratio of the present ages of Manisha and Pooja. So there is another girl who is 2:3, right? The average ages of Rupali, Manisha, Pooja after 3 years will be 25. That means present is what? 25 into 3 minus 3 into 3. Yeah, that is 9. Currently they are of 66 years. Yeah, their ratios are given. So we'll just make them same. So these if I multiply by 2 and these if I multiply by 5, I'll get the equal, Manisha, and then I can equate all the three. So this is how much? This is 8, this will become 10, and this will become 15. How much is this? 33 units. 33 units correspond to 66, that each unit basically corresponds to 2. So they are asking me the present age of Manisha, which is 10 times basically 2. Yeah, 2 units basically is what I have to equate it to. Yeah, this was 66. So this is 20 units. My total second quantity here is 22. So clearly my quantity 2 here will be greater than quantity 1. Let's move forward. Aman lent certain amount to Akash at 20% simple interest. If the amount of the amount of interest paid by Akash after 3 years is 12,000, right? What is the amount lent by Aman? Yeah, this is, I can calculate. Again, I'll try my level best not to calculate. What is the amount paid by Akash if he has to repay the debt after 6 years? So every year he is paying 20% simple interest, right? So every year, if I had taken 100 rupees, I'm paying 20 every year. So if I pay for 3 years, I would have paid just 60% of the total. Now in 6 years, I'll pay how much? 120% of the amount. Do I really need to find out what that amount is? If this is 120% of whatever this x is, clearly my quantity 2 is greater than quantity 1. I really do not have to calculate it. Yeah. So let's move forward to the next one. The ratio of the slant height and height of right circular cone is equal to the ratio of the body diagonal and face diagonal of a cube. These are the kinds of question you should leave. I'm sure almost 90% of you would not even have reached to this level in mensuration. So you do not have to fight. You do not have to feel bad about it. There are many questions left. We are just in the 8th question. There are still 27 questions to go after this. Why will I, if I am not comfortable with this topic, why will I face this question? Right? So learn to leave the question. If it's not in your comfort zone, leave it, move forward. Yeah, this is very simple question for someone who is already knowing it. But again, it will still have some calculation. Even if I'm comfortable, this will not be my first choice. Let's try these. What is this? 31, 64, 93, 136, 187, and 246. Yeah. If you look at these numbers closely, I hope you can already see a pattern here. When this 64 and this 93 is a big hint, right? Look at the number here. Even this, all the numbers, the moment you start looking at the 64 and 93, all these numbers will also reveal itself. Let's look at this number. This clearly is 8 square plus 0. Can I write it as 10 square minus 7? Can I write it as 12 square? Yeah, 144 minus 8. Can I write this down as 14 square? Yeah, which is 196 minus 9. Can I write it as 16 square minus 10? Yeah, so this number, though it was not very evident, now clearly is 6 square and minus 5. Can look at the pattern, minus 5, minus 7, minus 8, minus 9, minus 10. What will come here? Clearly minus 6. Yeah. So there's other way to proceed this question is trying to find the double difference or the difference double difference one. Right. So many of you would have done this. This is 33, right? And then you would have found out this 29. You would move forward with 43. This is my 51. Moving forward, I get a 59. Next step, if I do, what do I get? Minus 4. Yeah, plus 14, 8 and an 8. I do not have much problem because the question here just gives you 6 terms. Ideally, if there was a 7th term, you would have seen a pattern. In wrong number series, when you're giving a square or a cubic, you should generally give 7 terms. That is what I have seen all the examination bodies do. I feel they would have seen this is a very simple pattern and hence not given you the 7th term. But yes, in examination, please be a little mindful. But in prelims, I'll still say I'll go with your logic that this is 8 8, all should be 8 8. Yeah, and this, since these two are 8 8, that means the first 4 terms basically are getting the clean check. Why? This 2 8 will give me these 3 numbers. These 3 numbers comes from these 4 numbers. So these 4 are given the clean check. So I have problem with only 1 and 2. Had this been correct, even my this 29 here should have been correct and this number should also have given me the 8. Clearly the problem is here. If this was wrong, then only this number here would have been wrong. So I would have got minus 4888. But since I get this wrong, and clearly there is only one number which is wrong in the series here, I will mark this and move forward. But please note, I have little problem here because my final number, it could be minus 4 plus 14. Yeah, again minus 4 plus 14. I can make various possibilities. Please note, the moment this number here is say wrong, my next 3 numbers are wrong. So I really am at loss how the numbers will proceed. Please try to understand. Yeah. what I'm trying to convey. In prelims, maybe you can go with your gut, but yes, I'll be more comfortable solving it like this. Here, had they given me one more term, I would have appreciated this way. But in examination, if you are crunch of time, you feel this, yeah. Not every time. Please try to understand. Not every time this will be suitable. We'll see. Moving forward. I hope you understood my concern that I have because of the insufficient amount of terms given to me. The double difference is in fact reducing, and do not even have three terms for me to assure myself that yes, the pattern that I have found is the one which will follow. Okay, let's move forward to the next one. What is happening here? 61, 81, 105, 131, 165, 201. This is 20, 24, 26, 34. Yeah, correct. What do I have here? Yes, 36. Yeah, this is simpler to decipher. Please see 20, 24 ends with a 36. Clearly, 28 and 32 is more probable, and hence I can say these two numbers are arising because of this 131, and I can mark my answer. Yeah, here I'm more confident. Yeah, even with this term, had the difference not given me something concrete, the next level of difference, you see, I would have just had 4 terms instead of 5, right? Out of which, if these numbers, if this was incorrect, please see the next 3 numbers would have been incorrect here, right? Please try to understand that. That means I have to form a pattern with just one number, and hence I was not comfortable with limited number of terms, the double difference and difference. You have to be a little cautious before you are sure that what you're marking is correct. Yeah, just a word of caution. Prelims, I don't think they should give you such difficult numbers which you cannot decipher. Okay, let's move forward. These 7 here. 643.5. Okay, clearly multiplicative series, a radical increase. So this is into 321 plus 0.5. What is happening here? Just look at this. This is 21. So into 4 I'll try. Yeah. So this is 84 plus 2, this is 86 plus 3.5. Now if I do the next number here again, if I multiply by 5, this should have been 95 is a 450. 450 minus 2.5 will be 447.5. That means minus 7.5. Yeah. Moving forward, if I do into 6, yeah, plus 3.5. Right. Now if I do the next number here, it should be into 7 if I do. Yeah. What do I have here is, yeah. So 7 5s are 35. Yeah. And this is 21 plus, yeah, so this number here 21 plus 3 is 24. Final number here is 9. Clearly in the end what is getting added is 4.5. Clearly only then I'll get a 9 here. I do not know about the rest number. So this gives me confidence to call the bluff here. Yeah, this is the number which is creating the problem, right? Because if this was the problem, this would have been incorrect. Yeah, if this was the problem, this would have been incorrect. So this is 0.5, this is 3.5, this is 4.5. That means the intermediate, these two numbers should have been 1.5 and 2.5. Clearly the problem here is 89.5. I hope you understood how we have proceeded. Yeah, let's move to the next one. Okay, let us try these. Yeah, directly write the differences here. Yeah, so this is minus 3, minus 8. Yeah, what do I have next? Is minus 23, minus 16, right? And finally I should have a minus 35. Yeah, please try to understand again, since there are just 6 terms. If I do the double difference, I'll be introducing more and more wrong terms. I'll be reducing the term, and then I'll increase one more wrong term in the series. So try to figure out here itself. Can you see some familiar numbers? Minus 3, minus 8, minus 35. Do they look familiar? Yeah, isn't it? This is 2 square minus 1. This is 3 square minus 1. This is 6 square minus 1. Does that not fit the pattern? This is 4 square minus 1 and this should be 5 square minus 1. In negative, of course, all these. So this two number minus 23 and 16, where is it coming from? 3 came from here, 8 came from here. Yeah, the 23 came from here and this 16, 21, the minus 16 came from here. So what was the common culprit? 1637. Just mark it, move ahead. Okay, let's look at this one now. Yeah, again 6 terms. Okay, let's see if we can find the pattern without trying to go down to the final level. Yeah, that's something we'll try. Let's see. What is this? 28, 37, 56, 88, 128 and 183. Let me first also try to explain what I am trying to, what my problem is. If I do here, this is 9. Yeah, what do I have here is 19, right? 919, then I have a 32, and then if I move forward, I get a 40 here, and then I'm getting a 55, right? Now, if I do the next level, what do I get here? Is 10, 13, 18, 15. Yeah, so clearly I'm not able to make head or tail of it, but if I haven't been able to find the double difference, the next level here is 3, 5, and then minus 3. This looks like a cubic term, yeah. But my problem that I was trying to emphasize with less number of terms, please try to see the moment this 37 is wrong. Yeah, let's assume this 37 is wrong. This is wrong and this is wrong, right? These two numbers are wrong. Clearly, what are the numbers which are arising because of these? These two, right? Now in the next one, these two will also make this and this incorrect. Yeah. So, but I have chosen the closer one. Had my 56 been wrong, then let's see what would have happened. This would have been wrong. This would have been wrong. In the next one, I would have this as wrong, this as wrong, and this as wrong. So out of 4 terms, my 3 terms would have been wrong. How would I find my pattern? And hence I was trying to say in these squares and cubic terms which they give, you should have more number of terms to conclude where the difference is. This clearly was one question which I would have left. Yeah, if you know the answer, it's very easier to explain. But yes, in the examination hall, you will not be certain where the actual mistake is. Please try to understand. Generally, in examination hall, unless it is a very simple cubic term, which I don't think it is a very simple cubic term, you'll be given more terms to try, and then you can try to find the pattern. Yeah, so don't get disheartened if something like this comes in examination, you're not able to find. Quickly leave it in first 20-30 seconds and move forward. Yeah, don't waste time over it. That is the message, and I hope you understand. I can give you beautiful explanation how easier it is, how beautifully this number is a perfect. I can show you the trend. Yeah, and I can show you here how it is a beautiful cubic, but that's simply not fair. I cannot expect someone to solve this under examination pressure and then try to get the series. I hope you understood why this problem is difficult. The moment this number is wrong, out of the second difference 4 terms, my 3 terms are out. Yeah, I cannot make anything here, right? I hope you'll understand that if in examination wrong number, if you have 6, be a little careful. Unless, yeah, if they give you, then that's also a hint that it is a very well-known number. Yeah, the numbers that are there are simply to be taken. You're not able to figure out in 20-30 seconds, move ahead. Yeah, I'm repeatedly saying it. I know it might sound annoying, but yes, it is important. We have seen people spoil their examinations with these number series questions. Okay, let's move to the next one now. What is there? A, B, C is entering into the investment. Yeah, so A, B, and C is entering. This is 50K, this is 75, this is how much? 60K, right? At the end of the 1 year, B withdrew 20. So B has now in the second, he is left with 55, right? A added, so he is now at 60. At the end of second year, C withdrew 5. So at the end of the second year, so in the third year, basically, he is having 55. So in this year, he was having 60, right? What is the ratio of the profit? So this is again 55 and this is 60. What is the ratio of the profit of ABC after 3 years? So just you have to add it, right? So this is 12, 5, 17. This is how much? This is 12, 5, 17, 18.5. Yeah. And how much am I getting? This is 12 and this is 17.5. So what am I getting here? Is 34 I can do, 37 I can do, and 35. Let's see what is asked here. The ratio of A, C and B. Please be very careful with such tricky questions. They are not asking you ABC, they are asking you ACB. So what is this? 34, 35 and 37. That is what your answer will be. Yeah, I hope you will not make the mistake of marking 34, 37, 35, which is just here. Yeah, and purposely they have given it as the last option. So be mindful about such tricks which can be there in the elimination phase. Okay. Let us look at this question. Amish, instead of adding 10 to a number, subtracts 10 for the number. If the percentage decreasing the resultant value is 80%, what is the value of x? What is the difference he is creating? 10 minus 10. 20 is the decrease he is doing. And that is decreasing the value of the number by how much? 80%. 80% of what was the number going to be actually? X plus 10. Yeah. So this 80% of what number is 20? Clearly 25. Yeah. So x here clearly is my 15. You can do it even by substituting the values. Yeah. Simple question. Now 20% of the apple from a cart are rotten and remaining apple are sold at 20% discount. The seller gets 92% profit on cost price by the whole cart. What is the percentage price of the cart marked over its cost price? First of all, rotten, 80% is gone, 20% discount, this is another 0.8%. This number here over the mark price, if I do, I am getting what? Cost price into profit is what? 192. Can you see the numbers already? Yeah, this is 64, this is becoming 192. How much should have been the markup here? Yeah, clearly this is 300. Yeah, so MP by CP, if I do here, what I'm getting? 192 by 0.64. So MP by CP is basically 3:1, right? So what is the markup over cost price here? Is 200%, right? Okay, let us look at this question now. The pie chart represents the percentage-wise distribution of number of NRIs in 5 cities. So this is my pie chart, 5 cities A, B, C, D, E. Total number of NRIs given 40,000. The bar graph represents the percentage of male among them. Yeah, so 60% male here, 40% female, and so on. Find the respective ratios of number of male NRIs in city B. Yeah, so male city B to the number of female in city A. That is what we have to find. So female city A, simpler. This is 40 we just wrote, and this is 24% of the total. Yeah, I do not have to write it down because whatever that total is will get cancelled. Yeah, and male in city B, male in city B here is how much? 45%, and city B here is 12. So this is 12 to the 24. 5 8s are 5 9s are. So what do I have here? 9:16. Simple question. Yeah, let's move forward. If the total population of C is 160% more than the total number of NRIs in city, so how much NRIs is there in city C? This is 10%. Okay, total NRI. So this is 40 means 10% of it is 4K. Or 160 more than that. Yeah, so 160 more than that means 400. 4,000 plus 160% of 4. So I can just multiply it by 2.6. And the ratio of the male and female is 7:6. Find the total number of males in city. So male will be how much? 7 out of every 13 is male. This is what you have to find out. So this 13 2s are, this is 7 to the 14, 14 4s are 56. Simple. Move forward. The number of NRIs in city A is approximately what percent of number of male NRIs in E? Yeah. So male A by male E is what you have to find out. A here is how much? 60%, and that is of 24. And this is E here is how much? 40. And how much is E here is 22. Let's quickly cancel it. This is 4 6. Yeah. So what do I have here is 2 3s. 11. So I'm having basically 18 by 11. Clearly, this is more than 60%. Yeah, 60%. So clearly, this is more. So you can just mark it. Yeah, if you want to do this, 11 ones are 11. This is what 70. 11 6 are 66. That's why I said it's more than 60. The moment I have that 1.6, this 164, I can mark and move forward. The difference between the number of female NRIs in B and the number of female NRIs in city D. Yeah, so B female and D female. So B and D female is what we are interested in. This is what 55%, and how much is my B here is 12, right? This minus NRIs in city D. D here is how much? This is 30 by 36 means 64, and D here is A B C D is 32. Yeah, this difference they're asking me, of course, that 40k factor I have to multiply. I've taken the common. Yeah, so this minus this, clearly can you see this 55 into 12 and the 64 into 32, which will be bigger? This is the bigger. Can I try to apply my digit sum? Yeah, 1 into 5, this is 5. How much is this? 1 into 3, 3. 5 minus 3 is 2 into 4, 8. Yeah, let's quickly look at 8s here. Yeah, 5, 5, 5, 15, 16, 17. This is 8. Yeah, most likely. And let's see, 12, 12 is 3, 3, 6. Yeah, how much is this? 9, 2. This is how much? 10, 12, 13 means, sorry, 12 means 3, right? So only 8 is this, clearly my answer. We can move forward. The number of female NRIs are minimum in which city? This is like 24, 24, 32. Yeah, if these three have to compare with these two, it should be half of that. Yeah, their females should be half of it. Let's quickly see how much is this. This is 40%. This was like 55%. This is how much? 31, 32. This is 68%. This is like D is like 30 by 36 means 64%. This is how much? 40 means this is 60%. Now look at the percentages, which will, this is clearly way off the mark. This is clearly way off the mark. This is clearly way off the mark. Only these two look comparable, 12 and 10. This is 680 and this is what? 660. Clearly city B has the least. Yeah. Let's look at this question. I hope you have done probability, at least do the balls and boxes. That is what generally gets tested. So this is bag A, this is bag B, this is 6 green, 3 white, 5 red. This is B is 4 white, 8 yellow and 2 black. Yeah, this is my bag B. Probability of drawing 2 white ball from A. 2 white ball from A will be what? 3C2 out of how much? 9, 14C2. And this is how much? What percent of probability of drawing 2 white ball from B? 2 white ball from B will be what? 4C2 upon 12, 14C2. Percentage we have to find out. So this divided by this into 100 is what they are asking me. This is anyways gone. So how much is it? 3C2 is 3 and 4C2 is 6. That is 50%. Simple. Okay, under compound interest compounded annually, a certain amount becomes 37,500 in 2 years and 44,250 in 3 years. That means what? This amount compounded in 1 year becomes 44,250. So what is the difference here? From 37,500, what am I getting here? Yeah, this is 50, this is 7, 6,750. So basically 6,750 is what percent of 37500? That is what they are asking you. 20% of this would have been 375 means what? 75. Yeah, this is 750 less than that. Yes, clearly 2% less. So this is 18%. Simple. You could have also done it like 37,500 into 1 plus R by 100. Basically is equal to 44250. Again, take their average. You will find 1 point, it will come as, of course, now that I know this is 18%, it will come as 1.18. Subtract 1 from there. You will know that it is 18%. Many ways of doing the same question. Yeah, the numbers were simple. I would prefer this. Okay, let us look at this question now. What is this? 39 square and this 39 square we all know is 40 minus 1 square. So 1600 minus 80 plus 1. Yeah, so this is 1521. If I add it, how much will I get? 4004 divided by 11. Yes, it is divisible by 11. Yeah, so if I divide by 11, what do I get? 11 threes are 33. 70 means 66. 444. Yeah, Divided by 26. 26 1s are 26, 104, 24. 26 4s are 104. Clearly 24. Yeah, this is like the exact calculation. There could be another way. Yeah, this is 4004 we got. You would have thought about dividing by 26. Yeah, 26 will not go exact. I can approximate it as 4000 and then I can approximate as 25. So what do I get here? This 25, if I do, this will be 25 on the 25 and then I will get 150. So this is 160. Yeah, but my answer, I'm sure that this will be below 160 because this should have been divided by 26. This is approximation, right? So this 160 now has to be divided by 11. This will give me how much? 11 ones are 11. How much am I getting? 50, which is 4s are 44. This is how much? 16 is 14.5. I know this has to be less than 14.5. I can mark 14. Yes, I hope this is clear. Don't get confused. This I am reducing 4, which out of 4,000, which is like very less, not even a percent. 1% here is 40, so this is like 0.1%. What I'm doing here when I'm reducing the denominator, I'm reducing it by 1 out of 26, yeah, roughly 4%. So my answer choice here finally has to be reduced by some 4%, and hence this 14. If you do the smart approximation, whatever suits you, do it. But yeah, this was a simple question. Let's move forward. Okay, let us look at this question. What is this? 160% of 310, right? So this is 001. So basically this is 16 into 31 plus x times 5.2 is equal to 600. How much is this? 16 on the 16, 48, 49, right? 496. So basically you are getting here 104 divided by 52. 20 should be your answer, right? Move forward. This is 5 4s 20 and this is 22. I'm having 62 in positive and 14 6 are 84 in negative. So what will I have? 4 minus 2, 2, 8 minus 6, 2, this minus 22. Okay, what do I have here is 512, this is 1600, this is 63, yeah, this is x square. This will go, this side will become negative, this is almost, yeah, 600. So in and around 1000, which square is there? 32 square. Just mark it, move forward. Yeah, what do I have here is 64 3008 into 16, right? So 16 ones are 16, 16 fours are 64, right? This is 4 sevens are 28, 25, 2 7 52 minus 25, 26 I should say. So I'll get 726. Okay, let us look at this question. The speed of the boat in still water is 9 km more than the speed of the river. So speed river, if I call x, speed of the boat in still water, can I say x plus 9? That is what the question says. The boat can go 12 km upstream. This is 12 upstream speed. So upstream speed and return back to the initial. That means again 12 km in downstream speed in total time of 2 hours. The upstream speed of the boat is approximately what percent less than the downstream speed. This is what we have to compare. Just by looking at it, can we say what will be the upstream speed? The speed of the boat is 9 km more than the speed of the river. That is going to be the upstream speed. That is 9. X plus 9 minus x, that's 9. So this I know, upstream speed I know. So total time taken here I will know. This is how much? This is 3 4s and this is 3 3s, right? So this 4/3 hour is basically in the upstream. So total time is 2. Can you tell me downstream time will be how much? Yeah, 2 minus 4 by 3. Yeah, which is nothing but 2 by 3. What I'm talking about, 4 by 3 hours is taking in upstream and 2 by 3 hours is taking in the downstream. So if the time is half, the speed will be what? If this is y, this will be 2y. So what is they're asking me? The upstream speed of the boat is approximately what percent less than the downstream speed? So this is how much? This is 50% less, clearly. 50% of 2y will be y. I hope this is clear. Okay, read the data carefully and answer the following question. Below, tabular data shows population details of 6 towns in 100 during 2016. What is the ratio of urban to rural population taken town B and F together? What is B here? Is 800 5:3, F 600 5:3. Do you really need to calculate it? And till these ratios are same, no matter how much you mix, you'll get the final also as the same ratio only, no? So if the milk to water ratio 5 is to 3, if you are adding 1000 liter to 10,000 liters of the same 5 is to 3, what will be the ratio of milk to water in the final ratio of 11,000 liters? It will still be same, no? Yeah. Let's look at the next one. Okay, what are they asking? Literate population from A and E. A and E is approximately what percent less than the literate population from C and D, right? C and D. This is 750, 60%, 850, 60%. Or I can say this is 1600, 60%, 960. One part done. Then what is there? Literate population here. This is 85 is 40 and this is 48 plus 4. Yeah, this is 520. This is 95 is 45. Carry 4. 63 plus 4, 67. Or this is 1195. Right? 1195 is how much more? This is 235, right? 235 more. This is 12. I can assume this to be 24. 12 to the 24, approximately 20%. Okay, what is given here? 60% of the population from town D are female. This is 60% here. 65 is a 30. Yeah, 42 means 45. 450 is the female here, and the male here is 300. Yeah, what is the urban to rural ratio? 3 is to 2. That means 150 into 3, 450 is here, and 300 is here. So this is urban to rural. Now, out of which 80% female live in urban areas. So out of this, this is urban rural. If I have to do, this is 80%. So 8 5 is 40, 32, 36. 360 is here and 90 is here. That means what? Of this urban rural female is 90. That means male is how much? 210. What is asked to us? What is the percentage of male living in rural area? Total male how much? 300. Out of which 210 are in rural area. So how much percent are there in the rural area? This is 70%. Now, what is the approximate average of urban population taken all towns together? This is calculation, nothing much. This is how much? 8, 5, 15 is 150. Uh, yeah, 50 of each. This is 400. Yeah, this is 8 means 100. This is 500. This is 13 means 50. Again, 250. How much is this? 5 means 150. This is 450. This is 5 unit again. So, how much am I getting? 17. Right? 17 5 is 85. This is 510. This is 8 of is 16 600. So this will be by 8. How much I will get? This is 8 8 there will be this. So 8 7, yeah, 75 75 into 5 will be how much? 375. Yeah, this is the average we have to find. Take any of the answer choices there, 420, and look at the deviations from there. So this is 400 means minus 20. This is what? Plus 80. This is what? 420 means this is minus 170. This is what? 450 means plus 30. Right? 510, this means plus 90. Right? How much am I getting in the last? This is 25 plus 20 minus 45. This is 170 and 90 80 is gone. This is how much? Minus 65 plus 30 means minus 35 upon 6 and minus 6. So 420 minus 6 and around 414. That should be your answer. Yeah, I would ideally advise you to leave this question in examination. Okay, if 20% and 25% of the rural population from town A and B respectively relocate to urban area, then what is the approximate percentage change in urban population from town A and B in 17 compared to 16, right? So what do we have here? People moving from rural to urban. So what is this? 15 unit means each unit is 50. This is 350, right? 350 is here, rural here. This is 300 is here. 20 have moved from here, that is 70 have moved from here, and how many have moved from here? This is 25 means 75. So total how many have migrated here is 145. What was the base earlier? This is 8 means 8 5 the 40, 400, and this is 500. Yeah, so 145 out of 900, right? This is the base. 69 the 144, right? So this is 16% approximately. Ajay can plow a field alone in 16 hours. Vijay can plow the same field in 24 hours. Ajay begins to plow the field at 9 am. If the work in stretches of 1 hour alternatively, when will the plowing be completed? So Ajay here 16 hours, Vijay takes 24 hours. How do we do these questions? Take the LCM. Yeah, so A is doing 3 units of work per hour, B is doing 2 units of work per hour. Total work to be done is 48 units. So this will be 3, 2, then again 3, 2. Yeah, this is how they will keep working. So this is how they are working. First 1 hour, then he's working for 1 hour, then he's coming, then again Vijay is coming, right? So every 2 hours they are doing 5 units of work, right? So every 2 hours, 5 minutes. So they'll complete 45 minutes, yeah, in 18 hours. And then when Ajay comes again, he will complete the work. So total time taken will be how much? 19 hours, right? That day 4 p.m., that day 9 p.m., next day 4 a.m., next day 9 a.m. So what is the time? 9 a.m. How much is the total time taken here? 18 plus 1, 19 hours, right? So 19 hours means 5 hours less than the time they started. So 9 a.m. minus 5 here will be next day 4 a.m. Simple. Okay, so with that, we come to an end of our mock analysis. I hope you will find it useful. In the end, I ended up solving almost all the questions, barring that body diagonal question, one number series when I had insufficient number of terms and I gave you the reason. The last DI set, I'll say it was a little calculative, unless it is something which I will come down to having seen everything and I decide that this is the calculation I'll get into. Only then pick such sets. Otherwise, leave it. There are many questions waiting to be picked having much lesser calculations. So ensure that you choose wisely. That is all prelims is about. Don't take it on your ego. Don't fight with the questions. When you come back home, you should tell yourself, this is the best I could have done. If you do that, it's done. Okay, so with that, let me close today. I'll again see you very soon with our other sessions on our channel. Thank you very much.